I'm going to make an orb on the potter's wheel, and then at the end show you how to cut that orb into a lidded pot. Okay? So I'll leave that right there. All right. I've got my lump of clay. Smack it down on the wheel. I'm going to center this, and we need a high speed for centering. And it's always got to be nice and wet. I've always liked making orb shapes. It's satisfying to get the shape to open up and then totally close it in again. So I've got it centered. Make my little mark and make my well. When you're making pottery on the wheel, you always want to continually get the water out from inside. If you leave water in there too long, it is going to cause a crack. That water will continually seep through the thickness of the clay until it gets out. I'll slow the wheel down a little bit, and I'm going to make some pulls, bringing the clay up and in. The idea is to close the top entirely, so I want to work my way that direction the entire time. Groove. Make it taller. There we go. And again, there's water in there, so get rid of that. Now I want to push the curve out a little bit more. It's so fun to do that and watch the shape change. Okay, I'm going to close this in, bringing it narrower and narrower, working it together. A lot of times it does ripple a little bit when you're closing a piece. I probably could have centered it a little bit more carefully. But eventually, you just coax it in until all of the edge finds itself. Once you've got it closed, then there's air trapped inside there, and that air causes pressure like a balloon, and then you can have fun shaping it a little bit more. If you apply too much pressure, it will pop the balloon, but it allows you to play with it and finesse it a little bit. There we go. So that's kind of a fun little shape. I like the round curve of it. Make it a little bit more narrow, okay? So now I won't be able to cut into this one because I just made this one. It's way too wet, but I did make another one earlier. So I'm going to grab that one and cut the lid. So this has been drying for a little while. And I'm going to turn my fingers a little bit here. And I'll use a needle tool. So now I'm going to decide where I want my lid to be, and I have to make sure that I hold my needle at an angle while I'm cutting in, so that because if I were to cut straight up and down, the lid would fall in. It's like hollowing out a pumpkin and cutting the lid of a pumpkin. You always have to hold your knife at an angle so that the lid will still sit on the edge of the piece. So I'm going to just decide to, I'm going to angle it this direction, and I'm going to make my lid about here, and I'm going to work my way through carefully and slowly. I'm not going to force it. And pretty soon it's going to cut all the way. There we go. I can feel that it came loose, and if I were going too fast with the wheel, the lid might have popped out. So I just want to make sure here. Yep, okay. It came completely loose. If my hands are wet and sticky, I'm going to leave extra fingerprints, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's nice. And there's just a few edges here that I'm going to just smooth out. So this is a way of making a perfectly fit lid from an orb. Just smoothing all of that, smoothing all of that. Now I could have been more careful about squeezing my sponge out a little bit more, but it's not a big deal because when this dries, it will pop apart again. And I'm going to just set it back on there because I'm done shaping that. But what I want to do now is I want to take a little piece of clay and make the handle for the lid. So I'll take just a little bead, roll it around. I mean, it could be anything. It could be a coil that's turned into a circle and attached on. Ooh, actually I like that. Or it could be a simple little bead that is attached to the top. I like the coil look. I wasn't thinking I was going to do that, but now I'm liking that. So I'm going to scratch and wet that on. Scratch and wet the ends of this to score and slip it and make it attached. Oh, how fun is that? Quick and easy. And when it's dry, this is just going to loosen up because it's not glued back together or anything. It's not scored and slipped. It's just sitting in there, and it's a little damp right now, so it's stuck together. But like I said, as soon as it's dry, that lid is going to pop off. But look at how cute that is. Thanks for watching.